Okay, we're live here in Darien at the Oval, just about 4:30. We got about 2 minutes and 20 seconds before tip-off. It's the Darien Blue Wave coming in as the number 4 seed here in the state of Connecticut versus the Conard Chieftains out of West Hartford, coming in with a regular season record of 12-3. Got a good one on hand, and finally, no rain here in Darien.
This is a live broadcast of the Darien Athletic Foundation. I am Bruce Ferguson and joined today by Guy Wasinski, who will be calling the game. Thank you for joining us. We are here for the Varsity Girls Lacrosse game. It is a CIAC Class L quarterfinal game. Girls are on the field and about to get underway. The referees are just inspecting equipment, and we currently have about 1 minute and 20 seconds on our clock here. We'll get that adjusted on your screen so that you can see well. Unfortunately, we do have a netting pole in the way, so your time may be obstructed slightly on the tens of minutes, but we're going to try to get that adjusted for you right now.
If anybody can do it, Bruce, it's you. And we give you and Jen Montanaro a ton of credit for getting Blue Wave Sports here on the air in Darien. Moms and dads and grandparents who are listening, technology is a good thing when it works, and we're happy you're joining us today. And looks like we're going to have a good one on hand, and your daughters and granddaughters are they're going to play it all out today and see who goes and makes it to the next round of the CIAC quarterfinals here in Darien. Okay. Players on the field, stick checks.
You're two. You're good.
Little breeze in the background, but again, no rain here in Darien and some nice sunshine. It's about time. I think we all deserve it here.
Absolutely, Guy. This has been a great season for Darien, both boys and girls, and we're very happy to have you here announcing this afternoon. Guy is no stranger to announcing of games for Darien, whether it be youth or high school level. So we'll quiet down here as the girls get announced.
We've had some fun over the years. As I look out there, Bruce, I'm looking at Laura Murphy on crutches. Just a tremendous person, individual, and captain of this team. She went down in a very difficult Ridgewood game, tore her ACL, her MCL, or PCL, but let me tell you, the folks waiting for her to come play at Penn are looking forward to having her.
Absolutely, and lucky to get her.
And they sure are. Look at it. Few sets of crutches out there this year, unfortunately, and it's really nice to see these girls come into all the games, all the practices, and being part of this team. And it's more than just the wins and losses. They've done a great job in bonding as a team.
Yeah, absolutely. They really gel, and you can tell how much they enjoy being together, both on and off the field. So I know Laura's been out there every step of the way, providing leadership, captain leadership to those girls, and it really, I know, has been a big help.
Yeah, the Eriks family very well represented out here now too. We got cousins, we got two that have been brought up, and unfortunately another pair on crutches. But again, just really great to see these girls bond as a team and look at the big picture, because they're going to be playing lacrosse at the next level.
Absolutely. Yeah, we've got quite a few girls who are heading off to college to play, continue their lacrosse careers next year at some mighty fine universities as well.
There's number 9 coming through right now. That's Logan Book, and been one of the stalwarts of the team this year, playing incredible defense, and no question Navy is going to be looking forward to having her playing D for the midshipmen. Speaking of midshipmen, here comes Chrissy Fiore, another one on her way to Navy, who had a huge upset this year in the semis and lost a squeaker to BC. A lot of fun to watch. Right now, we're all going to stand on this beautiful day and listen to the national anthem. Okay, we're just about ready here, and kind of nice you couldn't see it here with the cameras, but we've got about 100 of the varsity and JV men's lacrosse in back of us here, all standing at attention. No one taking a knee in this one, and showing them respect, especially after Memorial Day here.
Absolutely. So once again, this broadcast is being brought to you live by the Darien Athletic Foundation. Video live streaming has been something new for the Darien Athletic Foundation this spring. We've had lots of feedback from you out there in the field. If you are home and you are watching this broadcast on a phone or a link that somebody sent you, we do use the YouTube infrastructure, so you can go to the YouTube application on your computer or your TV and type in Darien Athletic Foundation. You could also, on this particular broadcast, type in Darien Conard, and it will probably come right up with the hit. And you can watch it live in high definition on your television or your computer. So you don't feel you have to watch it on a small screen. The YouTube infrastructure allows you to see it in high def on any screen that has the YouTube app available.
Okay, we're about ready to do the draw up top here. We've got Christine Fiore, and we're going to get a little color today. This looks like number 1 for the Chieftains. That's Gwen Geisler.
Dana, just pronounce Feigenbaum. Okay, and we've got something special for you this afternoon as well. We've got the sister of one of the players, Dana Feigenbaum, is going to join us here and provide a little bit of color for the Conard side of the house. So with no further ado, I'm going to let Guy and Dana call the beginning of the game for you here. Okay, so Dana, it's all yours.
Lucky to have Dana with us. She's doing some minor league work up in West Hartford, and great to have anyone who can pronounce some of these names a lot better than I can. Dana, welcome to the booth.
Of course, thanks for having me.
And finally we got some decent weather here in Darien. It's just been so lousy, and so I think a lot of people coming out today to see what's going to be a very competitive second round game. Conard's had a terrific season.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. I don't think records can even do justice. I know, looking at Darien's schedule, and their losses are to amazing teams. Conard, 2 of their losses come from Glastonbury. one in double overtime, and then the second time by 1 goal. So
Wow.
I don't think records even do justice when you talk about these two teams.
Especially this time of the year too. All of a sudden, as they work their way through the schedule, they start peaking at the right times, and I think we're going to see a good one on hand here today.
Yeah, definitely. And I think also it's harder in high school athletics. It's not strength of schedule. It's just based on your record. So there's no really telling on how good the teams will be, but I think today we'll have a great matchup.
That's great.
And that's Faith Haverty coming down the line. Faith is actually cousins with Jillian Haverty, who's also starting midfielder for Conard as well.
There you go. Good mix-up. We got Logan Book here with a ground ball. Logan's got 2 speeds. I refer to it as fast and faster. I think the only thing that moves quicker than Logan is the ball. Christine Fiore setting up the offense here for the Blue Wave.
And you're right, it is a beautiful day here. We haven't had great weather like this up in West Hartford either, so it's always nice to have great weather for a great matchup.
Yep. Wow, big time save right there.
Yeah, and this is Maggie's first year in goal for the Chieftains, so changing goalie, but she's done a great job adjusting. They have a new goalie coach on hand, so it's always great to see the progression throughout the season.
Darien with a couple shots on net, couple of saves early, one just a little bit wide here. So Darien will take their time. They'll try to set up the offense. Maybe spread Conard out a little bit with some cutters. Wow. Another good save.
I know.
Jen, a little tighter.
I can't tell if the whistles are from behind us or in front of us.
Yeah, we do have another turf field right here behind us, so
Getting a little of both.
there's varsity practice going on behind us.
Are they practicing or watching us? I'm just
I think
kidding.
it's 2. I think that's Jane Lee. Actually, number 8 for Conard.
Jillian Haverty. So that's the cousin of Faith Haverty who's on defense.
Okay, and she's got a free possession. She's going to kick that out.
Yeah, and Jillian's actually committed to play lacrosse at UConn not next year, in 2 years.
Good for her.
Staying in state. And a goal for Kate Schaefer, one of the sophomores starting for Conard. We have 2 sophomores actually on attack, Kate Schaefer and Massaro as well. No freshmen starting for the Chieftains today.
Well, the Chieftains just started the scoring. They hit the scoreboard first, and really good move. Went right to left, left-handed shot, and snuck it by the Darien goaltender, who's Carly Shadell, who had one heck of a game in the FCAC finals. Probably her best of the year. She's a senior, and really nice to see her play so well the other night. And it's Quinn Geisler getting the ball off the faceoff. And again, Conard doing a good job protecting the ball. Cutter shot on net just wide. So, Dana, tell us a little bit about the youth program at Conard. Do they? I'm guessing with the success of your program, it continues to grow up in West Hartford?
Yeah, so there's a lot of youth programs. So I started off playing lacrosse, but as you can see from my height, I'm a little short. And my mother was a little impatient with me. I was doing cartwheels in the goal. And my mom was an All-American lacrosse player in college, so she wasn't putting up with that. And then my sister came along and was playing youth and just loved it. She played soccer, basketball, and lacrosse. She played it her freshman year at Conard, but the development of lacrosse in West Hartford is amazing, and then it's nice when we play Hall, the other high school in our town.
Sure.
There's a little competition in town rivalry.
Warriors versus the Chieftains.
Yeah,
Right?
but and it alternates. When I was in high school, back in the day, it was always such a good competition. This year, it wasn't as close of a game as it usually is, but it's always great having that other high school in town, especially growing up playing with some of those girls and travel and all that.
Sounds a little bit like our Darien New Canaan rivalry right
Yeah.
across about 2 miles away. And we'll see what happens after today, because I think the winner of this may very well get New Canaan in the third round.
Yeah,
Little high-low.
and
Wow.
nice save by Maggie.
Maggie's on fire. I think that's number 4. Shot on net, cross.
Just snuck right past her there.
Darien, Charlotte Woodstock in the game, gets her goal and gets Darien on the scoreboard. We're tied at 1-1.
And those second chance opportunities are going to be huge today on those possessions, getting those extra shots on goal. We saw it the other weekend, or I was watching over the weekend, college championship. Those second chance shots really changed the game.
No question about it. It's all about possession. Speaking of possession, we've got Katie Ramsey in the game, who's a verbal commit to USC, and I want to say close to 80% of the draws she's taken this year, she's won. And but we'll see. Conard right now is 2-0 in the draws.
Yeah, and USC has really grown a great program out there. It's great to see the sport of lacrosse growing across the country. I think having Denver win the men's national championship a few years ago really helped bring lacrosse across the country. And now the Pac-12, I believe, is going to have a conference full of lacrosse instead of being independent teams out there.
They are. And actually, there was, if you weren't here today, I was going to have Chandler Kirby, who's playing at Michigan, or Susie Ropp, who's playing at Cal, 2 Darien girls, both freshmen getting a lot of playing time, and saw a lot of time on the West Coast with Cal, Stanford, and USC.
Yeah, it's great to see the sport growing, not just up here in New England. Definitely.
Boy, Conard playing some shutdown D there.
Maya Feigenbaum with the ground ball.
I kind of like the pronunciation, how you made that last name sing.
No one ever gets it right, and I don't even care to correct them. Doesn't really affect me.
Oh,
I did gymnastics my whole life. When they announced medals, they would always pronounce my last name wrong. I just went with the flow. It's kind of funny to see what they can come up with.
Wow.
And a goal from Maya Feigenbaum.
Really nice left hand right there. Ran through the defender. It's 2-1 Conard.
I believe that's her 131st career goal.
Wow.
I think we were keeping track, but then we lost track.
And what year is your sister?
She's a senior.
Good for her.
Yeah, so I actually my boss let me leave right after. We had a doubleheader today, so I got to leave because it's her senior year, so want to be able to watch
Terrific.
her play. Yeah, it made the trek down here. It wasn't around the corner,
No. No, it was not, and we're happy that you made the trek down here, and surprise, surprise, we had an extra headset for you, right?
Well, thanks for having me. This is fun. Just got done working. I get to have some more fun, so I always love doing whatever I can to broadcast.
Unfortunately, this is not a paid position like your other one is, but
I've done plenty of unpaid work getting my way to where I am today, so I'm totally okay with it.
there you go.
Makes me less nervous.
Christine Fiore back in the game. Oh,
And that's won by Jillian Haverty. Turned right over. Back to Darien.
that's Emma Lesko on the interception there. Up to Kate Fiore. We're looking for a fast break. Darien's normal type of game, but again, Conard back real quick.
And that's the other Haverty, Faith Haverty on defense. She's a great defender.
Now Darien will slow it down. Chrissy Fiore up top, being the quarterback of that offense.
Left wide open.
Bingo. That's Nicole Humphrey. Good little shake and bake up top there by Christine Fiore. Moved their defender, and great finish.
Yeah, it looks like a little miscommunication there on the Chieftains on their defense.
We've had a lot of this year with the addition of both sisters, Ashley and Nicole Humphrey, on the team this year, both the freshman and sophomore, hitting quite the back of the cage quite a few times this year.
Yeah, I noticed also Darien subs a lot. They sub a lot at once.
Yeah, we're pretty deep, and there's a lot of good players. I think they've brought up about 8 JV players that, a lot of them could be playing varsity, and so Lisa Lindley's definitely got to keep them fresh.
Wow, yeah, you'll see Coach Sauce won't sub as often. I don't think she hasn't in the past. And she's actually assisted by her father-in-law, who was the head coach, football coach at Conard. So he retired from being the head football coach, gave that to his son, and decided he was going to try a new sport, women's lacrosse.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's doing a good job. Emma Jakes, wow.
Oh,
Nice save by Maggie. That was awesome. It's like Faith Haverty's going to bring the ball up the field. Pass to Maggie Murray, also a senior captain. Back to the other senior captain. To another senior captain. 4 senior captains, and Gwen Geisler is the other senior captain for the Chieftains.
I'll tell you what, nice to see them all showing leadership and getting time on that field.
Yes,
they're playing with boys right now. 2-2, and we've got 8.5 minutes left here in the first half, if I'm reading the scoreboard properly.
Shooting space?
Yep.
I'm learning the rules better.
Well, this is a tough one. Can be a little bit subjective at times, and when that whistle blows, we're all still learning the game. But a lot of good rule changes going in women's lacrosse, leading the way.
Shot clock, Violet.
Bingo.
So Maya Feigenbaum 2, Gwen Geisler, the 2 senior captains, connect for that goal. 3-2 Conard. Still very early in the game. I like a lot of offense. This is a very exciting game so far.
I will tell you, I think Darien's back on their heels here a little bit. I think some folks just kind of thought with their, I think number 8 national ranking that they were going to come out and run their offense, and Conard has really schooled them well. And every time there's been no easy shots for Darien thus far.
Yeah, and I think also Conard came in with the mindset they have nothing to lose here today. Darien is an amazing team. I mean, like you said, they're nationally ranked. They're such a great program, and they're always such a great program. Our men's team, the boys' team at Conard, I think, got smoked last night by you guys. So
yeah, it's a pretty deep program with a lot of it goes back to the youth program. Great coaching at the high school level, but when you're a third grader or a second grader and you're being coached by a former Syracuse or a Cornell or a Penn captain.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Fundamentals, definitely. Those, even with the sport of gymnastics I talk about, it's all those basics that you learn growing up. They're instilled in your mind and definitely plays a factor when you get to the high school and college level especially.
Now, we got a free possession here with Conard, 3-2 Conard, and we'll see if
Kate Schaefer. Nice save by the Darien goalie. And Kate Schaefer played a lot last year as a freshman, but you can really tell she's matured this year, more comfortable with the ball. And it's great to see her step up in this big-time game.
Carly Shadell with a big-time save right there. She went low. Carly went down with them. But as they cleared it, again, Conard hustling.
Looks like...
We've got a little bumping going on there. It's
Jillian Haverty.
Yep. You can definitely see the senior leadership here with Conard.
Yeah, for sure. And it's a big senior class. They didn't lose much from last year. They did lose some of their key scores, and Maya tried with the
big
side
time
arm.
save.
tried something new. I've never seen that one from her.
That was a pretty good shot right there. And Carly tracked it well. She'll get out and try to clear it. She'll make the easy pass to Logan Book, and here comes Wheels up the field right now. Like I said, 2 speeds, fast and faster.
And wow, I wouldn't want to be chasing her out on that field. She is fast.
Yep. Father is a former captain of the Duke lacrosse team, and her brother's playing over at Penn right now. So it's a lot of wall ball at that house.
Blue. They like the color blue, huh? Well, Penn's blue and red, so.
Yep.
But Duke for sure.
Ooh.
Looks like she just missed left of the cage.
Good look. That's Emma Jakes.
We need our
And-
binoculars out here.
Yep. Oh,
And it looks like that one just went right past Maggie.
quick one. And again, that looks like that's Nicole Humphrey burying that one in the back of the net. So
Once again, tie game here.
and we've got how much time left? I'm just looking at that scoreboard.
13:58.
13:58.
13:58. So
First half.
13:58 left in the first half. We've got a tie ball game, 3-3. The Blue Wave and the Chieftains in a good one here in Darien.
And the height advantage, Darien. My dad joked earlier. He's like, "Don't they have a basketball game to be at? They are so tall."
And actually, the two people you saw taking, both Chrissy Fiore and Katie Ramsey, both playing on the basketball team this year, and but multi-sport athletes, and both of them actually played 2 and 3 sports, which I'm a big fan of. There's Katie Ramsey.
Yeah, definitely. I think especially basketball is such a great technique to use on the lacrosse field on defense.
And Katie taking a lot of the face-offs. Again, it's almost like she is trying to basically grab a couple of those, almost like it's a tip-off in basketball.
Did she take tip-off?
She does. So it's nice to see. Emma Jakes inside, shot, Fiore just off. We've got backup. We've got Anna Stein, one of our seniors who's done a phenomenal job behind the cage, running the offense. She'll take her time. She'll kick it out. We've got a whistle.
And you know what I really do love about the sport of women's lacrosse, the changing in the rules, like you were saying before. I think in college lacrosse, adding that shot clock has really been key, especially in close games when teams just hold the ball at the end. I think it totally is a game changer.
Better for everyone, better for the game, and let's hope the men follow.
Yes.
There's a rocket shot right there. Emma Jakes burying that thing low. Picked her spot and hit it. So with 12:36, we've got Darien 4, Conard 3. Good one on hand. And we've got a timeout, Darien.
Yeah, and the men's game has that discretionary shot clock. I like how, I think it's indoor lacrosse, they have that 90-second or whatever that shot clock is. It just speeds up the game, and it's not playing keep away the end of games. It totally is a game changer.
What was kind of interesting was, as a lot of these girls at Conard and Darien are going to go play at the next level, this year being one of the, I think personally, the biggest rule change they've put into college sports is not allowing high schoolers to commit now until their junior year. We've got just alone here in Darien, I think between on our team here in Darien, as well as through the program through private schools, there's about maybe as many as 10 freshman girls who have committed already to college. And I know there was a big push at the end of the year or right before the deadline, but thanks to the Penn coach and the Duke coach, they were able to push that legislation throughout the board through the NCAA and got that done, because you miss so many of these strong players who they may be real strong in 9th grade and 10th grade, but those late bloomers, a lot of those spots are not left for them.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. In gymnastics as well, it is crazy. There's girls in 8th grade that were committing. It's like, how do you even know what you want to do with your life? I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I still don't know what I want to do with my life. But I'm just saying, having that, you're freshman in college or freshman in high school, trying to plan your future already. That's a lot, especially majors, and it's crazy. I'm so happy it changed.
I agree. Big decisions being made at a really young age, and again, it is verbal too. So it's not always fair to the girls. I mean, if you're going to an Ivy League school, you're going to a top university, and the one thing I will say is that it does keep them online academically in some cases not, because I've seen slots for some of these girls, either be delayed or pulled because they didn't stay up with their grades, and there's a lot to be said for that. Because if you really want to get recruited, you better have the grades for a lot of these, these powerhouse schools in lacrosse. And here's Katie Ramsey with the draw. Again, doing a self-draw. Darien up 4-3. We've got about 12:30 left here in the first half.
Yeah, and I totally agree with you as well. You might not even know what sport you want to play. My sister didn't even know to her freshman, sophomore year what sport she wanted to play in college. So I think definitely this later committing is going to help the sport grow as well, and it's not going to make them just have to stick to one sport their whole high school career.
Emma Jakes with hitting the post right there. Conard gets the ball, starts to run their offense. Darien's trying to pressure the ball, but Conard's doing a great job of moving the ball up the field.
Yeah, and Maggie Murray, defender, also senior captain, passes it off to senior captain Maya Feigenbaum. Over to Jillian Haverty, to Kate Schaefer.
Working their offense. You're going to start seeing some of the Conard cutters coming through. Had a lot of good shots on net so far.
That rhymes, Conard cutters. I like that one.
The Conard cutter chieftains.
Tongue twister right there.
Especially for us Polish guys. It happens once in a while.
Looks like Kate's trying to get in, feed it into someone, but
Kate's played very well. Good defense right there by Logan Book. Oh, and Emma Lesko,
draws the foul.
one of the two co-captains. She's on her way to Dartmouth and had a great senior year. Played wherever the team needed her, on D, as a midi, and can put the ball in the back of the net as needed.
And it's always great when you have a team player like that doesn't mind, doesn't throw a fit when coach asks her to do something. I know our coach appreciates that as well.
Right there, Emma Lesko to Emma Jakes. Little push inside. Fiore, left, bang. Put that one in the back of the net. That's what I like to see right there, being a Darien fan. Moving the ball quick, finding the cutter, and burying that with the left in the back of the net. Top corner, Christy Fiore. Really nice job.
Yeah, they're great in transition, and that's what's going to really win you the game is how you transition onto offense, and Darien did a great job of that. As a Conard fan, I'll approve of it.
Well, thank you, and we'll do the same thing here. We're looking for a good game, and we definitely got one on hand here today.
And actually, my sister doesn't even know I'm here, so she's going to be really surprised when she finds out I was on the broadcast this afternoon.
That's fun. So feel free at halftime to go say hello if you want to take a little break there.
No, I don't think she wants to say hi to me.
Gwen Geisler and Katie Ramsey up here.
And Darien wins the draw again. Now I can see why they win the 80% of the draws.
Yep. Emma Jakes right there. Real quick. We've got Shay Vanderbrook, a sophomore in the game. Quick cut, and that is another goal by Nicole Humphrey. Shay Vanderbrook to Nicole Humphrey, and we've got a 6-3 game here as we wind down here with 15 seconds left here in the first half.
10-15.
10-15 left here in the first half.
Just really quick with their sticks, Darien. It was hard for Conard defense to keep up with them on that, both the last two possessions, I think.
Guy, you can just apologize to the fans watching that the pole is in the way, so that the 1 on the 10 makes, when it's an 11 or a 14, it looks like it's a 1 or a 4.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry about the time there. There's a pole right in front of the clock. So, again, we've got
10:03 left.
Left here in the first half. Humphrey to Vanderbrook as they work the circle. comes Emma Jakes on her way to Northwestern, and we got a little bump. Looks like we're going to have a free possession here with Christine Fiore. Boy, Maggie's seeing the goal very well. There you go.
Shot wide.
Shot wide. She was tracking that ball.
Not quite sure what the call was on that one.
I'm not sure either. Looks like they'll move it back, though, and that is the one thing about the women's game is there's a few whistles that I'm always asking, what was that? What was that?
This in field hockey. I think field hockey's worse. I don't know half the calls. I'm like, oh, they were using the wrong side of the stick.
Yep.
I don't know. That sport's so confusing to me. But then again, everyone says gymnastics is confusing, so.
Okay. I think we know that call right there. That's Katie Ramsey going in on goal. She's got some shooting space, and I'll be surprised if she doesn't try to bury this one in the back of the net. Oh, we
Nice
went with a bounce shot and snuck it through. So with 8:28, we've got a 7-3 game, Darien Blue Wave against the
Conard Chieftains.
The Conard Chieftains, who made a nice drive down here from West Hartford, which we all really appreciate.
You know, and it's great to see the bounce shots, how the girls are creative. You see lots of behind-the-back shots in college, too. I loved watching the championship women's game the other day, BC versus Maryland. BC gave them a run for their money. And the girl that plays hockey in lacrosse, she was amazing. I forget her name.
I was going to bring that up earlier, and she's, we talked about multi-sport athletes. She's could be the best lacrosse player in the country, but she only, joined the team halfway through the season because she was playing on the hockey team.
Yeah, and that's what they were saying. They didn't last time they played Maryland. She wasn't there, but she was a game changer.
Unstoppable. There's a lot of discussions whether she may just play full-time hockey next year and then come back for her fifth-year senior and play lacrosse. And if they are, that's a really good thing for Boston College.
Yeah, that's kind of like how cross-country runners or track runners are. They take a year off somewhere so that they get an extra year of eligibility in grad school paid for. Always a nice thing.
Okay.
Some shooting space.
Katie Ramsey going up high for that shot, for that pass from Christine Fiore.
And she's tall.
Katie Ramsey going on net. And she'll get the goal here with 7:25 left in the first half. It's 8-3 Darien. Kind of tough. Katie Ramsey, about 6 feet tall, and she's got that stick up top. It's she gets that extra angle both on the draws and inside tight going to the net.
Definitely. My sister is only 5'3", I think, so up against her. She's a little pit bull next to her.
I'll tell you what, though, Gwen Geisler's doing a really good job on these draws against her. She's quick, she's fast, and
cross-country runner, but also strong.
Another dual sport athlete, huh?
Yeah, she's a very good runner.
There's Logan Book not giving up on the play. Looked like Katie had it, she dropped it, and Logan was right there to pick it up. Makes a big difference. As we talked about, possession. Emma Jakes go to the cage.
Good defense.
Great defense.
Crashing in on her. They got to have a stop soon and at least win a draw in order to stay in this game.
Shea Vanderbrook getting a lot of time back there. Playing well. Looking for her cutters.
White offsides, the call?
Yep, I think that was over and back. I think Logan may have taken a step. Okay. And that's going to be, looks like Conard's ball if referees agree.
Oh, it has to be on that side of, the ball has to start on that side. So Maya Feigenbaum's going to start with the ball on that side. Okay. Never seen that one before.
Learning as we go.
Great defense on Darien. Kate Schaefer with the ball. Oh,
Good.
nice bounce shot, just a little to the right.
Good bounce shot. I think Carly Shadell may have gotten a stick on that, just kicked it wide. Good play from both players.
It's like a timeout, Conard. Looks like Coach Sauce is going to draw something up while they finally have the possession on offense here.
I like it. It's it's still a game. It's 8-3 and big possession here for Conard. I know they're going to would love to put a couple more, at least one more back in the net before the half. So he's going to probably run his offense. So pretty unique story, huh? Ex-football coach, now coaching with you said his son-in-law?
Daughter-in-law.
Daughter-in-law.
So he's the assistant coach, but Coach Sauce, the girl, likes to say that he's the head coach sometime. He's very good with the girls. He actually, first year retired, coached freshman women's lacrosse, or girls lacrosse, and the team was undefeated. And then now he's helping with his daughter-in-law, and then his son coaches the Chieftain football team, and this year recently took over as the boys' head lacrosse coach.
Wow.
So they coach about half the sports at Conard.
And I think that goes to, a sport is a sport, and you got to know the sport, but it's more important to know the girls and the men in the program, because you have to be able to relate. And coaches are educators; they're teachers, and clearly, whether you're teaching biology, you're teaching geometry, or you're teaching a spread offense in football or in lacrosse, it's you got to be on top of your game, and there's some people that do better than others. And sounds like he's had one heck of a career at Conard.
Yeah, and actually, so Coach Sauce went and played lacrosse at UConn, and was the head coach for a little, and then she had kids, of course, so she came to Conard to coach. And then her husband played football at UConn as well.
UConn.
So it's all in the family. They all travel in packs, so.
It's a bit of a Husky reunion, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
I have the good fortune of being friends with Gino Ariamo up at UConn.
Oh, okay.
Gino
Big time.
We and I have played a few rounds of golf together, and I'll tell you what, you talk about a character guy, and people will see him on TV, but when you really look at his story about growing up on a dirt floor over in Italy till he came here and taking over probably what was the losingest program in college sports, and to do what he's done, he's made the state of UConn or the state of Connecticut proud up at UConn.
For sure. I say it's our professional team here. We don't have any professional teams, so but I actually know his son, and his son is a huge Yard Goats fan. He comes to a few Yard Goats games.
If I remember, and he was a point guard at St. Joe's in Philly, if I remember, out of
yes.
Are they from Manchester?
Yes, they're from Manchester. So yeah, actually, I used to work at Villanova, and the lacrosse coaches ran into Gino at their hotel. They were playing some team, and he was down in Bridgeport. I think they were playing Fairfield, and they said he was so funny.
Oh, he's the best. He's the best.
They couldn't believe it. He acts so serious on the court, but looks like Kate Schaefer, the sophomore, is trying to make some room. Nice check for Darien.
Good play by Logan Book. She's all over it, but Conard retains possession.
Kate Schaefer to Lauren Massaro, the other sophomore. Back outside to Maya Feigenbaum. Over to Allie Tuznot, junior, and to Faith Haverty.
Again, we apologize to the people listening. It's a little difficult to see the scoreboard. I'm not sure exactly how much time left.
Just under 5.
Just under 5 minutes. And again, it's 8-3 Darien. 4:50 left to play here in the first half.
And great defense by Darien. I don't think I've seen this great of defense all season. They're really pressuring Conard to turn over the ball, cause a turnover, but
There's Abigail Hancock there for Darien on her way to WNL. She may very well play 2 sports down there at WNL. Outstanding defender and midfielder and really good, very, very good field hockey player.
It's funny the way field hockey and lacrosse translates. You would think they were so different of sports, but I know a lot of girls play both, and Maya dropping the ground ball again, or pass again.
Don't give your sister a hard time here. Speaking of that, we have the Darien coach, Lisa Lindley, in the Hall of Fame at UMass for both field hockey and lacrosse, as well as our field hockey coach here in Darien. Oh!
In a goal, Maya Feigenbaum. Kate Schaefer draws the double team. Maya shoots it and scores her second goal of this afternoon.
I think she heard you giving her a hard time and took that one left hand, opposite hand, buried it top corner. Very nice. So we've got 3:48 left in the first half, 8-4 Darien over Conard. And we've got Katie Ramsey out there. These two have seen a lot of each other on the draw today.
You know, I like this high-scoring game, though. I'd rather this than a low-scoring game. It's great to see the excitement.
I would love to see what you were talking about earlier is the high school programs also following the college programs, putting it in the shot clock.
Oh, I'd love to see that. Hopefully. I know it's only in Division I, though. It's not in 2 or 3 for the women's program yet.
But I think it will be shortly, especially after the reviews that they've received this year from...
Yeah, I worked for the America East, and Stony Brook was in the conference, and great program. When I was there 2 years ago, they lost a lot of games by 1 because there was no shot clock rule, and teams just held on to the ball. Faith Haverty with the caused turnover.
Really good D right there by Conard.
Jillian Haverty with the ball now to her cousin Faith. Little cousin action.
Ooh.
And they lose it.
There's Emma Jakes and her sister. She and her sister could be playing in college together as well as here on the high school team. Emma's had a heck of a season this year. She's one of our top goal scorers. So Shea Vanderbrook starting the offense. Out to Christy Fiore, up top to Katie Ramsey.
Spreading their offense here.
We got a little wind in the background here, folks. Apologize for the audio.
At least no rain.
Yep. Christine Fiore weaving her great save right there.
Oh, right into traffic, but Maya breaks the triple team.
Okay, good ride right here.
Passes it back.
Shea Vanderbrook hustling. No easy balls coming up the middle of the field, that's for sure. Conard does a nice job. Kept her poise, kept possession.
Allie Tuznot Jr. to Maya Feigenbaum. Looks like they're going to calm down a little bit here on the offense.
I'll tell you what, I think your coach made a good call right there on the timeout. They've been pretty poised since then. Got the goal they were looking for, 8-4 with a minute 10 left, minute 15 left here in the first half. They'll probably hang on to the ball maybe for the last shot.
A little tighter, Jen.
And they're really actually a second half team. They were trailing, I don't remember the exact score, to Glastonbury. And they only I want to say they were down like 8 goals to Glastonbury at the half. Came back, only let them score 1 goal in the second half, tied it, went into double overtime. My sister's never beaten Glastonbury in her career. It was double overtime.
Holy cow.
So, then lost by 1 goal last week. So.
Well, to be a second half team and to sub as little as they do, that speaks to the heart of this senior leadership and the players on the field for Conard.
For sure, and they have senior leadership both on defense and offense, which I think really helps. 20 seconds. And they're going to pull the double team on Maya, and she splits
Oh,
the double
splits it.
team and
Wow.
scores.
That was impressive with
13 seconds.
13 seconds left in this one. Maya, really good move. It looked almost like 2 6-footers on her. She ducked, she juked, and she went with the left hand high, top right, and beat Carly Shadell. So we've got an 8-5 game with 13 seconds left here in the first half.
I think she heard me talking smack about her over here. She doesn't don't get her mad, because when she's mad, she's on fire.
Well, she just was right there. Really, really nice goal by Maggie.
Maya,
I'm sorry.
it's okay. Her hat trick for the day. I think she had 4 goals in the semifinal game. They played Shelton.
Yes.
They got off hot and still won by a decent amount, but I wasn't at that game.
Say.
Yard Goats had a home game, so that trumps my sister's lacrosse game, sadly.
These guys are just
having at it here.
Having at it, and looks like no one's going to get a shot off here, and we're going to end the first half with a score here in Darien. Darien Blue Wave 8 and the Chieftains
5.
At 5.
Okay, folks, we got halftime. We got. Hello. Okay, folks, we've got halftime here. We've got 6 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the half time intermission. So we're going to mute our headsets here and just leave the camera on center field. But we've got a great game being called here by Guy Wasinski and Dana from Conard, sorry. And so tight games so far, with Darien leading by 3 at 8-5 at the half. This production is being brought to you live by Darien Athletic Foundation. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be right back.
And we're back here in Darien. We've got a good one on hand. It's 8-5, the Blue Wave over the Chieftains of Conard, who've traveled a long way from West Hartford but have brought their A game. I've got the pleasure of broadcasting the game of one of the leading scorer in today's game, anyway, for Conard. And again, the name, and she basically is the promotions manager up in Hartford for our state's minor league. Is it a AA baseball team?
Yeah, AA for the Colorado Rockies, the Hartford Yard Goats.
The Yard Goats, I love it.
Funny name, I know. Everyone asks me who named the team, but it wasn't me, so that wasn't on me.
Well, it's good to have you here, Dana, and bring in plenty of color and the proper pronunciations of the names for the girls at Conard.
Probably the hardest last name is my own, Feigenbaum, so you could just call her Maya.
Well, we've said that a few times because she's either got 2 or 3 goals here in the first half. And
3 goals, but I'm not counting.
Hat trick. And we've got the same 2 squaring off in the center. It's Katie Ramsey.
And this new rule in high school for their draw controls, you can't, and before it was just kind of like a dogfight in the center circle. Darien gets possession on that one. It was a dogfight, but now you're not allowed to go in the center circle until someone has possession. Is that correct?
That's my understanding.
Okay.
So it's, and that's why I think you'll see a lot of these balls coming out of the circle, and the key players are the players on the wings who can come see the ball and grab that ground ball quickly. Gets more players into the mix, too.
It looks like Conard. Is it Conard with possession?
It is.
Oh.
And they'll run their offense.
Gwen Geisler leading it off for the Chieftains on the left side of the goal.
You can tell Gwen is, you said she's a long-distance runner?
Cross country.
Yeah.
Oh, she loves to run.
Well, you can tell she's got some wheels here, and she has not come out of the game. She's taken every draw. And
I don't think anyone's come out of the game for Conard. She usually only subs about 1 or 2 girls, if any at all. So endurance
is key.
Yeah.
Especially here in the second half.
And that's a major game changer in college endurance with this new shot clock. That transition from high school to college Division I is going to be harder for student athletes, I think.
You better be able to move the ball because the ball moves faster than the girls, and it's just a good thing for the sport. Conard taking their time, taking a little air out of the ball.
Jillian out to Gwen. To Kate Schaefer on the right side. Looks like Kate's going to maybe make some moves, but the Darien defense is unreal.
Conard keeps possession. They were back for that. There's Ashley Humphrey, a little pressure.
Maya versus the 7-foot tall girls.
Yep.
Watch that win.
Gwen over to Jillian Haverty. Darien credit, their defense is spectacular.
Just gotta keep moving those feet, right?
Keep on moving.
We find Connecticut, when we play the Manhassets and we play the Garden Cities and the Ridgewoods, we find a lot more checking going on over in New Jersey and Long Island. Really good stick checking, but it's a little bit different game, and depending on what state you're in, the refs will let you play one way or the other.
That's very interesting.
Yep.
And men's lacrosse especially. And
tough break right there. Looked like Logan Book had a breakaway.
The refs called that one.
Conard, they were right there. Looked like a good call. Could have gone either way. Conard's got the ball, and again, we're just starting the second half here. If you're joining at home, we've got a good one on hand. It's 8-5, Darien over Conard from West Hartford.
Looks like Kate Schaefer is going to wait for a cutter. They have some triple teamed. Now they're triple teaming Maya.
But hey, after seeing the hat trick she had in the first half, I'm sure they're going to have to move the ball. She did find someone there.
She found Jillian Haverty for the goal. You know, you draw that double team. Someone has to be open. So Jillian was open, and great goal.
And she found her. Looks like we're going to have a change in goal here at Darien.
Does that happen often for you guys?
You know, both goalies have played very well this season, and periodically it's just one is seeing the ball better than the other. But now we've got Maggie Brooks coming in for Carly Shadell, and Carly's been playing very, very well. But they're both very good friends and both good competitors. So, like you see at USC, in a number, I should say at UNC. In a lot of teams carrying two strong goalies.
Split time, yeah. So you saw that BC game doing that as well.
Yep.
And you know, it's also good, healthy competition on the same team.
We have Kaylee Waters here from Darien, who took two national championships in split time down at UNC. She was the senior goalie this year, but kind of surprised by Navy this year as the starter.
Yeah, and that, you know, it's great to see different teams in the Final Four. Yeah, Navy, both on the men's and the women's side too. Towson, Ohio State.
And we've got...
it looks like Allie 2's not right into
wow.
the goalies.
Maggie Brooks' first save of the game came high. What's the call on this? Okay.
Foul, or was she in the crease, maybe?
So Tom Carey, who was the goalie for Ohio State, kept them in the game. He's from New Canaan.
No?
Yep.
Oh, and I think also a girl from BC is from New Canaan as well.
We've got a lot of representation. Henry West played, you know, he was a senior last year at Maryland. At the end of the Maryland game, those players ran up into the field and were pulling Henry West onto the field because I think they wanted to see him get a national championship. He had 4 assists and 2 goals last year in the final where they lost by 1, so I know he was pretty happy. But
happy for Maryland, finally.
So Darien's going to work their offense. It's going to be, we've got a call before. Shot by Emma Jakes. She was going low right corner, but looks like she's going to have a free possession. And we'll see what Coach Lindley has in store here, whether she's going to call a play or if Emma's going to go hard to the goal. She's quick. I'd guess she's going to the goal here if you're asking me. She does, just a bit outside. But there's Christine Fiore. Blue Wave will run their offense here with about 18 minutes left here in the game.
Nice spin move and a great save by Maggie.
Boy, Maggie's bringing her A game. Couldn't clear that one. Logan Book there to pick it up.
Silly turnover. Just rushing a little bit there on that possession. You got to retain the possession and every little chance, you know?
Yep. I will tell you, though, I've seen these girls play all season long, and it happens a lot. And part of that right there is just the pressure on the ride. Having to get rid of that. Anna Stein right there, I think, pretty much created that turnover. Emma Jakes taking a running start, looking around, wasn't there, kicks it back out. Up
Defense crashing in.
Katie Ramsey. She's going to have to reset here.
Gwen Geisler, great defense over there. And a nice, Faith intercepted it, but can't quite get the,
Kind of ran through that.
And Faith, deservingly so, wins that ball, wins that possession.
Wow, she went hard after that.
Passing over to Kate Schaefer, wheels. And once again, just rushing a little bit. They had the time, they had the numbers, but...
Really nice play there. Big pickup by Darien. Shot. Oh, and we've got a goal here, but I think when you look back on this play, you got to look at Lori Travellini picking up that all the way back there, picking up that ground ball, moved it up, and you won't see that in the box score at the end of the day. But that was a huge play back there. Moved the ball. Christy Fiore found, I think that was Nicole Humphrey there, putting the ball at the end in the back of the net. But so we've got
11:34. 17:34. Oh, a lot of time left.
17:34. Plenty of time here. We've got a 9-6 game. Really good one on hand, and you're seeing Darien switch up the face-off person. I think that could be Mason Maloney.
Yep, Mason Maloney, the draw for Darien, and still Gwen Geisler for the Chieftains. It's always so interesting when they change up the draw control. It totally changes chemistry. They called the foul on Darien.
Okay. Conard ball.
I think that face-off was Charlotte Whitstock, number 30.
Oh, you're right. That was Charlotte Whitstock took that face-off, number 30. She's got a goal in the game and fought hard for that, but Conard did get possession, and they're going to run their offense in the back of the net. They're going to take their time, look for their spots.
Looks like they're face guarding Maya now. Jill's behind the cage to Kate Schaefer. Out to, oh no, sorry. Lauren Massaro to Kate Schaefer. Looks like Darien got a little piece of that when she attempted to shoot that.
Big ground ball right there by Abigail Hancock. She's going to take her time. She's going to make the smart pass. Annie Wright taking control. No one's covering her. Took it up the field.
She's running by all the defenders.
She's going to be doing the same thing down in Gainesville next year for the Florida Gators.
In nice weather, too.
Yeah.
And that's another program that's really on the rise. In the Big East.
Yep.
The weird Big East with all the different schools. Vanderbilt.
Denver just joined in the Big East.
And Denver.
Darien girl here. Emily Conway was 2-year captain of the girls' Denver team. This year had a really good season in the Big East, too. I think Emily had 6 or 7 goals against Vanderbilt. Or I should say against Villanova.
Oh, that's my school.
Denver came to town and really kind of surprised a lot of people, thinking, okay, I guess they are as good as they say they are. Boy, your goalie here is having one heck of a game. I want to say she's got at least 10 saves on the day.
We need a stat pack over here.
Not quite as high tech as the goats up in Hartford, but we'll try to go with it.
No MILB app for high school lacrosse.
We've got it looks like about 16 minutes left. We've got it looks like a Darien timeout. They're going to try to gather things. Both teams will regroup. It's 9-6. It's Darien, Blue Wave, over the Conard Chieftains.
I've never really seen this many timeouts in high school lacrosse, at least in our games.
I think both of them have been pretty well timed, too. I mean, if you saw, it looked like this could have almost gotten out of hand. I think it was an 8-3 score when Conard called timeout, slowed everything down, got their girls together, gave them a little bit of a breather, came back and got a big goal, held on, and, we've definitely got a game here.
And this is only the second round of the playoffs. This isn't even the semifinals or the finals. I know they met last year at a neutral site. I believe it was the semifinals or the quarterfinals. And it was a great matchup, but, I mean, this is crazy for this to be a second-round game.
And, what it does is it speaks to lacrosse spreading across the state of Connecticut and, those little pockets of Maryland and Long Island and, when we've seen it in the boys' game, we've seen it at the girls' game. We call it the Battle of the Bays here at Darien, and our boys right now ranked on 2 of the 3 polls, ranked number 1 in the country. So they can't discard Darien anymore, and with big wins over Manhasset, over St. Joe's, over Niskayuna, and been a good season for both teams.
What did they beat Conard yesterday? Was it 20-1? Something along
You
something
know,
like that.
they're pretty deep, and yeah, it was they played well. We've got a few subs coming in for Darien. Still got a few injured players on the Darien team, and you're seeing players like Shea Vanderbrook getting some really good time today, playing well. One of our really outstanding hockey players as well. Her sister was captain of this team last year. She's over at Michigan. She decided to give up lacrosse and become a med student.
Academics.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty tough. But she definitely could have played at the next level. Was another dual sport athlete, and her dad was captain of the Harvard lacrosse team, and very instrumental, Rich Vanderbrook, in running the Darien Youth lacrosse program here, both boys and girls. A guy that just flies under the radar, doesn't want a lot of credit, but deserves it. He's been amazing. He coached my son. He probably coached a good 300-400 kids in the programs here. And right there,
Free position for Humphrey.
Puts that in the back of the net with, it looks like 14:08 left to play in this one. And we've got a 10-6 tally. Blue Wave up on the Chieftains. Charlotte Woodstock getting some good playing time here. Recently brought up. She's got a goal in the game, and she's taking her second or third draw here.
It's interesting to see that switch and see the dynamic. Sometimes we'll throw off the other girl taking the draw like Gwen, but it seems to be pretty fair so far.
You'll see Ashley Humphrey coming in, and we've got looks like a bump. It's going to stay with Darien. Good aggressive play by both girls. That'll be Nicole Humphrey bringing it up. To right. She's looking to move the ball.
You can hear the defense talking for the Chieftains. Always great when you hear the leadership on the team, and just so everyone knows, and a nice bounce goal.
I'll tell you what, that Conard played that very, very well. That's just Emma Jakes being Emma Jakes right there. She went high, she went low, she switched hands, went with her offhand. Great little bounce shot right through the 5-hole. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, and Conard just really needs to capitalize on their possessions here. It's the only way they're going to win the game. Got to win the draw.
Yeah, that draw is so critical in this sport, and it's again, we were able to move the ball quickly. With 13:24, we've got an 11-6 game. Darien over Conard right now. Here to bright blue sky in Darien, and Conard.
Gwen to herself.
Very nice.
Passes it off to Haverty, who then passes it off to Maya. Tries to trick out her defender.
I'll tell you what, Maya's doing her job. She's being unselfish, she's being face guarded, and she's looking for other people. She's already got, I think, 2 assists here in the second half after a hat trick in the first.
And it looks like Conard calling that timeout?
Yep, we're going to slow it down. He probably wants, it's a critical time in the game. It's 11-6 with 12:50 to go in this one. He's probably just going to slow this down. As you said, not a lot of subbing on the Conard side, so they'll get a breather. He'll run a play, and or she'll run a play, and we'll, work for him in the first half. We'll see what happens here.
Yeah, definitely, and I think that was a game changer. Towards the end of the second half, they were within a few goals versus I think, what was it? They came within 3 goals in the first half after that timeout. So I think definitely calming them down, getting that senior leadership together, talking about what they need to work on and how to capitalize on the possessions that they get.
Okay. So, Dana, tell us a little bit about Conard and in the rivalry with Hall. I went to school up in New Hampshire, and I had a good buddy of mine who played hockey at Hall, and he used to talk about the Conard-Hall rivalry, and being down here at Lower Fairfield County, it's kind of the Darien New Canaan, but sounds like you guys had a good one this year, but you've gotten the best of them over the last couple of years here?
Yeah, I think it was 10-2 this year, but it's great. It's nice to have people in your town that you played travel or you played club with or you played just growing up with. There's a mixed middle school, so sometimes you could go to middle school with someone and then you guys split off to go to high school, so it's great to reunite with your friends, especially on the field. I guess it's gotten a little more heated in the men's sports, but it's calm on the women's side. But definitely, it's great to have that in-town rivalry. Like I'm sure Fairfield with Ludlow and Ward. My uncle was actually the superintendent of Fairfield schools up until last year.
Okay.
So he would tell me about the rivalry and
Oh,
who
absolutely.
he would root for and who not to root for, what's politically correct. So it's great to have another high school in the town.
Now, do you guys still have a Thanksgiving Day football game up there? So is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's but it's not Thanksgiving Day. I think it's like the weekend.
They're doing that. We have the Turkey Bowl here, which has been a big part of the culture of Darien, New Canaan. And last couple of years, we've had number 1 versus number 2 in the state for football. We actually had, I think, 10,300 people this year.
Wow.
Yeah. On
Maybe I'll come down here.
on Thanksgiving morning. It's kind of fun. And so we switch it. If we can't have it in Darien or we have too many people in New Canaan, we go to Boyle and Stanford. But it's always it's a great thing for the community, and the kids come back and visit with each
Yeah, I
other
was just
from
going to say it's
college.
great to have the alumni back in town, especially. I think ours is the weekend before Thanksgiving, and I was never home from college by then. So it was always a lot harder. And it looks like they're going to take Maya off the offense. Give her a little breather time.
This is a big possession right here for Conard. 11-6, 12:50 left. They're in this game.
It's like Gwen with the ball, over to Jillian, over to Allie Tuznot. A lot of these girls actually play soccer together too, so it's great they connect together on the soccer field, also on the lacrosse field.
And they see the field, whether it's soccer, whether it's basketball. Again, big proponent of multi-sports. Those are lessons you learn from other sports that you carry to this one.
And it also makes you not burn out of the sport. It looks like they're going to bring Maya back on offense.
So we've got some shout-outs here. Kind of fun doing what we're doing here. This is when technology is at its best. But we've got a shout-out for some Blue Wave loyal fans up in Buffalo, New York. We've got the grandparents of senior captain Anna Stein. Emily Stein, she's at Northwestern playing lacrosse. She's watching the game right now. Courtney, the older sister here, parents JC and Nancy Stein here being a big help and stalwarts here. And, from the youth programs to the high school programs, their daughter's doing so well. People will sometimes ask me, how do they keep winning? How do they keep building these programs? It's because of people like JC Stein, who was a star player. He's laughing it up right now with a guy who used to play for the, I think they used to call him the Lord Jeffs in Amherst, but that's Kevin Menikis. Now Kevin, they are not the Mammoths. That's time for another discussion about the mascots. But
Anna is the baby of the family there in the J.C. Nancy Stein household, and going to be graduating here in a few weeks. So winding down the Steins high school lacrosse. However, there are many cousins coming up through from brother Eric and Katie, who also go to Darien here. So,
and you're going to see Emma.
Shout out to Joe and Lovey in Buffalo. Good to have you watching.
Darien moving the ball. Shot. Oh, Shea Vanderbrook just a little outside.
And Jillian Haverty with the ground ball right behind the net. Passes it off to Kate Schaefer. Great defense for Darien right there.
And we've got 9:40 left in this one. 11-6 Darien here at the home of the Blue Wave. But again, going back to the multi-sports, we're really, really lucky to have people like Lisa Lindley, whose son, Kevin, set the all-time single scoring record here at Darien. He's going to play at Loyola this year, where his brother lit it up down at Roanoke. We've got Mo Minikis, who coaches the field hockey team. Again, I think 7-time All-American at Williams between two sports like Lisa was. Lisa's inducted in the Hall of Fame there, as is Mo. And they just give back all the time. You'll see them here Saturday morning with a 3rd and 4th and 5th grade
And a
kids.
goal. Maya passes it off. Looks like to Maggie Venora. Her first goal of the game, but like he said, unselfish play right there for her. She knows that they're going to crash on her, the two defenders. She passed it off and bounced it right into the net.
Okay, we've got a game here. It's 11-7. No one's leaving. We've got 9:08.
And Williams, a great academic school.
Oh.
I always give credit to I went to a Division III school that was academic, as my parents always says, academics before gymnastics, just because you never know where if you're going to get hurt or you don't like the coach or anything. So it's definitely important, academics first.
And Mo, who went to Williams, and her husband, who went to Amherst, both were All-Americans there, and they've got a freshman, Colin Minikis, this year, who had 8 assists alone in one game against the second-rated team in the country, Tufts, and was the NESCAC Rookie of the Year.
You know, actually yesterday at the Yard Goats game, the NESCAC had rented out a box, so they were all at the game at Dunkin' Donuts Park last night.
I bet you sold them that box.
No, it wasn't me. I don't do sales.
Oh, okay.
Don't make me do sales. I don't get on the phone.
Just doing the promotions. But back to the game here. We've got Book to Humphrey. Humphrey going to work the circle.
Looks like Darien's going to slow down this game.
Yep,
no reason to rush.
Lisa wants to get that ball in back of the net. They're going to run their offense. They're going to pick their spots. And again, with some fresh legs in the game for Darien, they've got a luxury here. Scores on their side. 11-7 with 8:20 to go here in this one.
And like I said earlier, without the shot clock, they can just spread it out, play keep away. Don't love it for the sport of lacrosse, but hey, you can do it. Why not? Looks like now they're going to run something.
Yep, we've got a little spin move. Shot. Beautiful shot. That's Nicole Humphrey from... it looked like Christine Fiore. Good move inside.
Lost her defender on that one.
Tough for your goaltender to see that too. She was blocked by that one. Low bounce shot. So with
8:09.
8:09, we've got a 12-7 game. And we've got a change. Katie Ramsey coming in to take the draw against Gwen Geisler, who has not left the circle all day. She's done one heck of a job.
Especially with the height difference.
Nice play by Emma Jakes. Now there's a place where Katie Elders, another big-time two-sport athlete here on the field hockey team for the state championship Blue Wave. They've got Emma Lesko up top. They want some of that senior leadership in the game. Tight game. We've got there's a charge called on Emma Lesko. That's going to go the other way.
First charge of the game.
Looked like a good call from up here. 12-7. We've got 7:20 left in this one.
Maya Feigenbaum taking it down the field for the Chieftains.
She's been drawing 2 defenders all day after her. I think she's got 3 goals and at least 2 assists on this one. Feeds this off, and they'll get back into their offense here at Conard.
You know, I wasn't going to jinx it in the first half, but usually she is double-teamed, and it was unusual that they weren't double-teaming her in the first half. But, hey, sharing is caring.
Absolutely, and we saw that earlier as she had a triple team one time, just found a wide-open goal, or wide-open teammate. Put it in the back of the goal. We've got a penalty here, trying to figure this one out. Looks like it's going to be Conard ball, top of the circle, and it's Gwen Geisner. You think she'll take this one? She'll go to the hole? And she made it count.
Gwen Geisler, there you go. Getting the Chieftains right back into the game.
Big shot. Conard, goal. With 6:42 left here, we've got Darien 12, Conard 8 in a really good, one of the better games that Darien has played in all year long. So
CIAC quarterfinals.
this is the CIAC quarterfinals.
Class L.
Class L. That's the big dance here in Connecticut. Some of the best lacrosse you're going to see here in the state.
And this isn't even the championship game.
What do they say? You got to, you can read all about it, but that's why you play the game, right?
Exactly. This draw is going to be crucial. And right to her teammate.
Logan Book. I think that was, they practiced that one a few times. Okay, we've got looks like an offside call. Darien will keep possession. Just past that blue line.
And the clock keeps ticking.
Darien will slow it down, take some air out of the ball. Oh, Emma Jakes making a move into long time.
And a beautiful save by Maggie.
Fantastic.
She has been awesome tonight for the Chieftains, or this afternoon for the Chieftains in goal.
She's definitely kept that. She's kept Conard in the game here. She's done very well. Oh, got a little pretty fighting. That Darien will come up with the ball on the sideline. That's Christine Fiore.
Caused the turnover on Catherine Blaine.
She'll, the female admiral, we'll call her, from on her way to Navy here. She'll slow it down. She'll run the offense here. They'll play a little around the circle, some keep away until probably Conard comes out and plays them. We've got 5:19 left to play in this one. 12-8 Darien over the Chieftains of Conard, who have come to play all the way from West Hartford here.
Great defense by Faith Haverty.
Outstanding.
She turns it over. Maya picks up the ground ball and
It's fine.
Oh, I saw the ball in the field over there. I thought she turned it over.
That was your sister. She made a great play, made a smart play, and here comes Conard. Flying down the field. Oh.
Just rushing things.
I think that was, we're looking at it. Got to put the goal. We've got Annie Wright with a really good interception right there. She saw that one coming, intercepted it, slowed down. And you'll see Darien run their offense here. It's Katie Elders. She's going to probably kick this out. Oh, we've got a penalty. We'll have to see where the referees put her here, whether we'll take the shot, Darien will take the shot, or kick it out and just try to kill some clock with 3:54 left to play in this one.
And Conard not getting into position, but they're just hurting themselves here. The clock is still ticking away until 2 minutes.
Yep.
And you're,
So, I think everybody was faked out.
Yeah,
right
I
there.
was faked out.
Ashley Humphrey looked like she had, defenders backing off. She saw the gap, she took it, and quick left-handed shot, went top corner, and that'll make the score 13-8 with 3:35 left here in Darien. Beautiful afternoon, some really good lacrosse. And thanks to guys like Bruce Ferguson and Jen Montanaro, or you wouldn't be getting shout-outs in Buffalo, New York, because they put a lot of time to make this happen for people watching this game. And Darien Athletic Foundation deserves a definite round of applause. And kind of setting the stage, would you say, for kind of the rest of the state on this, because it is so great that people can watch these games. Servicemen across the country, in other countries, in other parts of the state, and the girls on the field are the ones that deserve the recognition, and it's so great that family members can watch them. So thank you, Bruce.
Well, Guy, thank you. Thanks very much for joining us today and leading the announcing, and also to Dana from Conard. It's been great having you guys here. We got a good game still going on. Darien puts another one in the net there, bringing it to 14-4. Just one more shout out. Just want to thank Lou Giswaldi and Giswaldi Construction. Here we are. You guys can't see our setup here on the center oval, but we have a nice set of scaffolding that was provided to us by Giswaldi Construction and Lou. Lou is really a central part of a lot of the things on the Darien Athletic Foundation and that go around.
An absolute unspoken hero, and as these girls,
DJFL,
they
all
run
sorts of.
up and down these fields, and Dana, who we had broadcasting with us today, is looking at these fields saying, holy cow, and it was done by people like Giswaldi Construction, who've donated their time at their cost, who are down here at 5 in the morning, and they're here at 8 o'clock at night to make sure things get done. Lou is a true giver. He doesn't want to hear it, but when we had the portable lights, I worked with Lou, and he'd be the first guy getting these lights for us, getting these kids on the field to make these fields much safer from a practice standpoint. And he'll be pretty happy when we flip on the lights later on this year, or for next season here, coming at the turf field.
Conard with possession here.
We've got 2:40 left to go in this one. Conard has given Darien all that they could have wanted today. They've made the trip down from West Hartford. They've played very, very well, and a lot of standouts in today's game.
Yeah, and actually their coach was nice enough to get them out of school at, I think, like 1 o'clock today, just so they were relaxed. You know, it's a hard matchup. They've never seen them this season in the regular season. A brand new team for them. They saw them last year, but obviously a lot of changes in the team.
And and that's a big deal too. Is from a guy, I'm laughing at myself here, from a guy that used to get bus sick on trips. Trying to read, trying to study, but Conard came to play, and there's a big shot, but also a big time save right there by Lisa switched goalies. That's Maggie Brooks, and
I think that was a game changer. That was definitely a game changer.
So both goalies playing well this year, and at different times. There's Katie Ramsey splitting the double team. With 1:40 left, we've got a 14-8 game, Darien over Conard. Good lacrosse all the way around. So we've got Humphrey to Humphrey here, and they're going to kick it out inside to Fiore, and again shut down.
This is, I haven't been to a ton of games this year, but she looks awesome.
She has had one heck of a game here for Conard. Those are great passes, a great shot by Christine Fiore. It was just one heck of a save. Take your hat off, right?
And especially these girls are going to great Division I programs, so for her to make saves against them, I think that you can put that on your resume.
And I'll tell you what, I think her parents are going to enjoy watching the rerun of this game. She's had one heck of a game, as will all these girls, and that's part of the beauty of technology, right?
Yeah.
It's a great learning tool.
And they don't have to listen to it on the radio.
So as we wind down here, it looks like we're under a minute here. Conard on possession. They'd like to put one in the back of the net. Shot just a little bit wide.
16.
14 seconds left. And they're just double teaming Maya.
Darien.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, and you're going to hear the horn here.
8, 7.
7. I'm sorry. 6.
3, 2.
Lori Travellini, defender, taking it up.
Clock stops. 0.6.
This could be, we'll see. With 0.6 seconds left, it's 14-8, Darien over Conard. Lori Travellini, not a defender here. She'll take the shot just wide, but she got it in there. And we got in a great game here to watch this afternoon with the blue skies and the sun. And we want to thank the people from West Hartford who made the trip down here. Packed house. The Conard Chieftains really, really played well. We've got the sister of the high scorer in the booth here.
Dana Flagenbaum.
Dana Flagenbaum doing the game with us, and her sister Maya had one heck of a game. Again, we'll probably see her playing on the next level, as we will see a lot of these girls from Conard. But there's your final. We are back. Our next game here, depending on the winner of New Canaan versus.
I don't know exactly, but we will be back at the semis. I think HAN is going to, HAN Network is going to be broadcasting that. And then the CIAC has the another network covering the championship games for all of the sports. So this may be our last broadcast for the spring season here for the Darien Athletic Foundation.
But if you didn't, I just have to quick shout out here to Pete Graham, the president of the Darien Athletic Foundation. And if you haven't seen this broadcast, just go online to the Darien Athletic Foundation and you will see pictures like you won't believe from Mark Maybell, who could be one of the most selfless people we know here in Darien, who has a lot to say behind the scenes and a lot to be proud of the advancements we've made as a community. Mark is taking these shots, and you will see them. Go online to the DAF site, and you'll see a lot, Dana. You'll see Maya in there.
Mark and Pete really have the laboring oar at the DAF and have accomplished one heck of a lot here in Darien in the last 4 years. Once again, one of the biggest, toughest accomplishments was just made this spring with the completion of the fundraiser of the Darien Lights Brigade. So many of you listening today contributed to that fundraising effort, and thank you so much. We are just about to break ground in about 2.5 weeks with the lights, and come fall, we will be playing football under the lights here at the Darien Stadium.
As well as soccer and field hockey on a brand new turf field. So we'd love to have you all come back. But again, we had a great one here today. So with the final, it's 14-8. Darien over Conard. Want to say thank you to Dana. It's been a real pleasure.
Thank you, Dana. Thank you, Guy, from the Center Oval at Darien High School. This is the Darien Athletic Foundation's broadcast. Saying goodnight. Thank you very much for joining us.
You get a hug from me. You rock, man.